Right before we jump into this video, I want to remind you, if you haven't signed up for the Fro Knows Photo email list, you can do so over on the website. Just click on the screen right now. That's going to take you over there. Look for the orange box, put your name, email address in it, hit send it, and I will send you a guide to capturing motion in low light situations. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and I have another from my bookshelf video right here, and this book could break your bookshelf. It's Rock and Roll Stories from Lynn Goldsmith. Now, if anybody doesn't know who she is a well-known photographer throughout the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and today. Sounds like a radio station, where pretty much the musicians that she has photographed could fill all of the radio stations on the air right now. What I love about this book, one is it's huge, it's heavy, it's hardback book, and it's filled with amazing photographs and beyond that, amazing stories. Now, if you don't know much about her, you should look her up. You should read all about what she's done. I love the fact that this book starts off and tells you the story of Lynn, because that's what it's about. You want to know where they came from, because you can figure out where you came from and have the same thing just resonate right there. She started here, I started here. You can see that you can make it. You don't just get there you're not just bored into it all the time. What she has done is she's found herself on the road. A lot of these photos in here, and they are spectacular photos, are a lot of shots that are behind the scenes. Shots that other people never could have the access to get. You've got behind the scenes shots, you've got setup shots, you have the candid shots, and you do have some live shots. And I'll tell you that the live shots are never as exciting as the candid behind the scenes shots. Why? Because anybody can do the live shots. And I say this all the time as a photographer that shoots live shots, that I rather shoot the behind the scenes things. And she got the access to do that. I haven't fully read this to figure out how she got the access to do that, but she found herself shooting some of the largest names of their times throughout the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. I don't even actually know if it goes back to the 60s. Stephen, do you recall? I think it did. You did? All right, so maybe it did. But just flipping through this book, Todd Rundgren, I didn't know he dressed like a woman a lot, but I guess we go through the 80s phase, the late 70s with people dressing like women. Rod Stewart. I mean, just the people that she photographed. Everybody. Being on the road with the Rolling Stones, Duran Duran, just these shots, these behind-the-scene candid shots that you just want to get yourself. That is what she has here, and this is the type of inspirational work that I can turn back to if I'm ever in a rut. And I turn the pages of this book, I go, wow, I really miss being on the road, or wow, I really miss having those behind-the-scene moments and telling the stories, and that is what she's doing right here. She has captured the stories, and they're all over the place. It's not just the same picture over and over. It's not just all studio stuff. It's all around the world. All around the world, same song. Ozzy Osbourne, LL Cool J, just you name it, they're in here. Daryl Hall and John Oates. I love Hall and Oates. Oh, here's some live shots. More recent stuff, not as interesting. It's not her fault. It's just it's not as interesting because they're just live shots. The interesting stuff is this stuff of like the Cars. Just really amazing studio stuff, really amazing live stuff. It's just one of those things. And the stories behind everything are what these books are all about. When the photographer tells you why they shot it this way, what was going on that day? Was the artist high? Were they out of their mind? Were they late? Were they upset? Those are the type of things. Oh, Rick James, what? Yeah. Look how young Rick James was there. It just... Bob Dylan, Tom Petty, Paul Simon. Is this the Faces or is it just Rod Stewart? It's Rod Stewart. Imagine what it would be like to be there. You really need to go through this book. She has some amazing photos, and there are hundreds and hundreds of them in here. What she photographed in her life so far is just astonishing. The amount of work that she has and has gotten is amazing. I highly recommend getting Rock and Roll Stories from Lynn Goldsmith. Not only is it heavy, but it's your brother. No, it's got a ton of photos, a ton of stories, extremely inspirational. This is the type of book that I will turn to time and time again because I'll pick something new out of it each time. Just study the photos. You're going to love it. That's another from my bookshelf, Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.